Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mrs. Smith 88. So today I have a video for you guys that is a little bit different. I'm gonna have you guys dive deep into the archives and see if you guys remember me posting the 5 perfumes that I wanted to use up in 2022. Well, hello, welcome to 2023. The question is, did I use up those 5 perfumes? So this is my accountability video where I'm going to show you guys what perfumes I used up in 2022. I will have this followed by another video of what perfumes I want to use up in 2023. So I actually have quite the basket. I did exceed using more than 5 perfumes. I'm very happy about this because I made quite the dent in my collection. I shouldn't even say I made quite the dent in my collection because this didn't even make a dent in my collection. That's why I'm doing these videos. I literally have a perfume collection of over 300 bottles, and I really want to get that down to a manageable size. Like, I wouldn't mind having a collection that was 50 bottles or less. I do have some favorite perfumes. I will touch base on those in my next video, but let's go ahead and talk about what I used up this year. So one of the fragrances I wanted to use up was Paris Hilton Platinum Rush. Now, mind you, I have had 3 bottles of this. I still have a bottle of it in my collection. This is a 100% repurchase for me. I love the smell of this. If you want, you guys can check out Fragrantica to find out what the fragrance notes are on this. But this literally smells exactly like Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Oh, I love it, love it, love it so much. So it was really easy for me to work through this bottle. Like I said, this is a staple that's probably going to stay in my collection. Honestly, not the biggest fan of the bottle. I don't really like the bodice with the dress, but hey, that I guess is just a Paris Hilton style. So let's go ahead and check out another fragrance. So another one I wanted to use up this year was Love Diane from Diane Fossenberg. I could be butchering that name. This gave me total Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy vibes. I'm not saying I didn't like it because I like Viva La Juicy, but I feel like now that I'm getting older, I'm literally in my mid-30s, I just feel like a fragrance like this isn't always age appropriate for me. So I wanted to work through this. This personally would not be a repurchase for me. I got a great price on FragranceNet, but I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase this scent. Another scent I used up was a celebrity scent, and it was a gaudy bottle. Like, literally, I cannot stand these bottles. And this is the Nicki Minaj line. This is I'm going to butcher this, Majesty. Like, yeah, I can't even say that. Personally, smelling this, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the new Prada Paradox fragrance. I have that in my collection as well. Not the biggest fan. I was going to put it in my 2023 fragrances to use up, but I ultimately chose a couple of other fragrances that I wanted to use up in 2023. The 4th fragrance I have here is DKNY Be Delicious Fresh Blossom. I love this scent. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful fragrance from DKNY. I would 100% repurchase this. I might even already have a second one in my collection. I don't know. Like I said, my collection is quite big, but yeah, this one is on my repurchase list. I'm not going to repurchase for a while because, like I said, I want to go ahead and work my collection down a bit. I know I mentioned Juicy Couture earlier, and I did finish up a Juicy Couture fragrance. So the 5th perfume that I used up in 2022 was Juicy Couture Malibu Surf. This was a really nice, fresh, aquatic take on Viva La Juicy. I definitely like this. I felt like this was one of those perfumes where you really didn't have to think about it. You could take a shower, spray this on, and it was very inoffensive to everyone around you. It just kind of set on your skin, and it smelled like one of those shower fresh scents. If I came across this at a great price, I would probably pick it up again. I wish they made it in a bigger bottle, but unfortunately, I think they only make it in a 1 ounce. The 6 perfume that I used up, and I have to say, like, I have this backed up. Like, I have it backed up from the original release. I have it backed up from the new release. I cannot live without this perfume, and that is True Religion Hippie Chick. This is, once again, just one of those nice, fresh, inoffensive shower clean scents. I remember, like, I have fond memories tied to this fragrance. I went out on a date with a lawyer, and this was back when I was probably in my early 20s, and he took me out to a comedy show. After the comedy show, we went to a bar, we had a couple of drinks and that kind of stuff, and the bartender and I, we were just jiving, and she's like, "Can I give you a hug goodbye?" And she was short, so she was like only up to here on me. I'm a tall girl, I'm about 5'9". She was probably 5'2". She's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "You smell so good." And I was literally wearing this, and it's just one of those unforgettable fragrances for me. So the 7th fragrance I used up, and this is a little bougie. This is a Chanel fragrance. This is from their mainstream line, so it's not like from their elevated line. I have beige and gardenia on my list to go smell this year, hoping to incorporate those into my collection. But this is a pretty popular one. This is Chance Eau Tendre. And I remember getting my first bottle of Chance Eau Tendre when I was in my early 20s. I honestly think that this is that bottle. I have 2 backups of it in my collection. This is the easiest Chanel fragrance to wear. I have a hard time wearing Chanel fragrances. I cannot wear Coco Mademoiselle. I cannot wear Number 5. A lot of those are just a little bit too heady, a little bit too mature for me. This is a very youthful Chanel fragrance, and I absolutely love it. I will forever have this in my collection. So the next fragrance I have here is another one that's a staple. Like, I used up a lot of favorites this year, and this is Burberry Brit Sheer. I remember getting this when I was younger, in my teens. This is not that bottle. This is like an always repurchase scent. I literally see a little bit in there, but I cannot get any more out. This is a very floral fresh. So, like, I like florals, but I don't like super rosy florals. I don't like super powdery florals. I love fresh florals, and that's what Burberry Brit Sheer is for me. Once again, just one of those easy, dumb reach fragrances. Absolutely love it. Very happy to always have this in my collection. So a discontinued fragrance that I used up, and I have one more bottle of this left, and I'm debating if I'm even gonna open it because it is kind of selling for obnoxious prices on Mercari. I remember buying this when it came out. I'm very sad that it's gone. Once again, another gaudy bottle. This is Betsey Johnson, and this is too pretty. Like I said, discontinued fragrance. I did use this one up. Oh, very, very nice, inoffensive floral fragrance. If you guys have not figured out what kind of scents I like inoffensive. If inoffensive was a scent category, that would be my scent category. I like the fresh, I like the floral, I like it to lay close to the skin, but yet have a little bit of projection, but be non-offensive to people. So too pretty, absolutely beautiful white, non-offensive floral fragrance. I really wish that Betsey Johnson would bring this perfume back out. Like I said, I don't know if I can bring myself to even open and use my last bottle because I know how much I will miss it, and I have not found anything that is comparable. So I was gonna say 3 more perfumes, but there's 4 more perfumes here. This is BCBG, and it's Max Azria, and this one is Bon Chic. So Bon Chic reminds me of Marc Jacobs Honey. If you are looking for a very cheap, very affordable dupe of Marc Jacobs Honey, this is it. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Bath and Body Works. They had like a lavender honey fragrance. But yeah, if you are looking for a affordable dupe of Marc Jacobs Honey, look up Bon Chic. I would probably repurchase this. It's just that I have once again, such a large collection that this is not on my radar right now to repurchase because I have Honey in my collection. Maybe once I get through Honey as well, I would consider repurchasing this because, like I said, it is the affordable dupe for Marc Jacobs Honey. I have here Ed Hardy Love Kills Slowly. So I don't know if you guys remember the big Ed Hardy phase, like literally 10 plus years ago. This came out and like, I don't even know how to explain this because I can't say that it's an inoffensive scent because it is pretty strong, but it's not mature. It's definitely a juvenile, very youthful scent. You get some fruity notes in there. You get some aquatic notes in there. I love this perfume. Once again, I have it backed up. Like literally, I used so many perfumes in 2022 that I loved. I'm surprised that they were not like fragrances that I like despised and just wanted to use up. These were actually scents that I truly loved in my collection. Then I have here Paris Hilton. This is her original scent. This was actually the first perfume my mom ever bought me. I was 16 years old in high school. I remember getting this perfume. I remember pulling this out in gym class afterwards and using this. This has been a constant repurchase for me. I do struggle with keeping this in my collection. I never back this one up because this is one of the few fragrances that has gone rancid and has gone bad on me. So when I have this in my collection, I have to focus on using this because it just does not keep well at all. So the last full-size perfume I have is Ralph Lauren Polo Big Pony 2. This is very strawberry-esque, and I think the notes are like cranberry. I don't really get cranberry. I guess strawberries. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the newer Kate Spade New York. It kind of reminds me of the Ed Hardy in the pink bottle. And then I do have a fragrance sample that I used up, and I'm going to butcher this name as well. This is from the Armani Prive line. I have a couple of full-size fragrances, but this is Pavillon Suzo. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. I do have this in the full size. Oh, this is a beautiful, very feminine floral scent. I kind of feel like I get a little bit of like a dryer sheet smell in there. Like I said, I love the clean scents. I love the light floral scents. So those are my 2022 perfume empties. Let's see. I went ahead and I used up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 bottles of perfume and a perfume sample in 2022. I have to say that is quite a milestone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.